a standalone hostage release of Ian Alexander, the last known living hostage. Because Americans, innocent Americans, very proud of. Now, his family, the very release on Sunday, Mother's Day, did say it is quite the greatest gift imaginable. Finally, stop me there. Does appear to be a standalone hostage release of Ian Alexander, the last known living hostage. Because Americans, innocent Americans, very proud of. Now, his family, the very release on Sunday, Mother's Day, did say it is quite the greatest gift imaginable.
All right. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. A healthy shalom to the hopeful leg preaching his word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, who we know on this side of the earth as the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, and the so-called Native Americans. And to you ribs, and to you sisters out there, learning in silence and staying in order, I say to you all, shalom. Right, I saw this clip here, and it's talking about CNN, right? Because CNN is one of the major news broadcasting networks where, they bring out the news, not honestly, I would say, but if they put a like something out there, then it's a possibility that will happen, right? So this one caught my attention, right? The headings, or the what do you call that? In the white letters right there, you see, in case you can't see it if you're driving, or it's too small to see. It says, they say they warn us, but I guess this is their warning if you catch it, right? So, they're talking about, the main headline is talking about something else, right? And in the really small letters at the bottom of the screen, right, because it says ending the war, the U.S. hostage situation is talking about a war or whatever. And right at the bottom, really quickly, real small print, it says that there's a volcano about a mile wide. I'll read it. A mile wide underwater volcano is ready to blow its top off the west coast. Scientists predict one of the Pacific Ocean's lesser known volcanoes will blow its vent in the coming months, causing 10,000 earthquakes in one day. We get earthquakes on a daily, right? But this is major news, right? This should have been the headline, right? But what's in the headline right now? Distractions, right? We see the South Africans, being brought to America, right? In retaliation to the immigration crisis, as they call it, right? So they're bringing more immigrants, and they're putting all this in the news. But right at the bottom, something that causes, a lot of, death and disparity and inconvenience and food shortages and, power outages and things of that nature. They're going to put that at the bottom and wash their hands, man. They're just going to wash their hands. Hey, we told you it was right there. Right? But you didn't catch it, though. Right? This is not blowing up everywhere. And then that's what Esau does, man. He's tricky like that. Like, he thinks that just because he gives you a warning or he hides it in a message, that you got to scratch and check and fill and, decipher and put it together to, get the message and pay attention, while all these burdens are put on our daily lives. You got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure the kids is fed, things of that nature. And they want you to, dig holes to find out what's really going on, man. But, the prophets are watching, right? We paying attention, and we broadcasting the truth, right? We're the true news anchors for this thing, man. Right? We watching, we praying, and we warning, Never trust thy enemy, man. Like, they've been doing a lot of what's it called? Blackout like exercises, EMP exercises. And, they could very well use this. Let's just hypothetically say that this volcano is fake, that they're the ones shooting the DEW weapon, right? The DEW, if you know what I'm saying, the DEW. If they're shooting the Mountain Dew rays inside of a volcano and heating that motherfucker up, bro, they can make something pre-erupt, prematurely, right? At the end of the day, it's all of the how about Shimmy out shot, because the Lord is what guides the people's steps, man. So even if Esau causes it, it's because the Lord made him do it at this specific time, right? So don't be ignorant. It's just it's crazy, man. Like, it's a lot going on, man. This might be the year, man, of the MARK, man. All they got to do is cause a real crazy disaster, right? Because 2020 didn't work, right? And let's say the lights go out, right? Let's just say hypothetically the lights go out, but Esau still got access to, electric weapons, so to speak, right? And they got these nano crabs inside of people's bodies, if you know what I'm saying, right? From the jump SHOT, right? We got these nano crabs in you. And, there is nobody to report it. There's no lights, right? People are just going to start dropping. They're not going to know who or what happened to you, right? Hospitals are going to be overwhelmed. Bodies just going to be dropping. Like, I'm just saying, like, all this could come of this, right? Easily. The Lord could make that happen in a snap of a finger, man. Lord willing, this is the last, year. You know what I mean? Lord willing, this is the last year. Because I don't want to be here no more. I pray that this thing is true, man. I pray that, the earth feels it. I pray that the Lord's wrath pours on the wicked. Right? And this is why we got to be vigilant, because how would you have caught this? How would you have known about this if Esau is basically trying to hide it? Like I said, this should have been plastered everywhere. Radios, emergency news broadcasting, the thing that goes on your radio, like that weird sound. It makes like and it makes a weird noise, and it says, this is not an emergency. This is not a test, whatever. And go ahead and warn you, man. They're not doing that no more. Because Esau wants you to fail, man. They want to dehumanize the population, man. They want to, what word can I use? Subtract the numbers. Right? But we are not ignorant. Right? We're not ignorant of Esau's devices, man. This is Romans 11. Select 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep, right? If you still sleeping, right, with all this going on, even after the 2020, if you're still asleep and you still think things are gonna go back to normal, and things gonna smooth, and things are gonna turn over, and it's gonna be in your best favor, that you could invest and you could do all these things into your future, and you got another thing coming to you, man. Right? This place is hanging on by a thread, a thin thread, like an old lady's hair, brittle. Right? And knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believed, right? We bring this out a lot, man, because, every day is a step closer to Yahweh Shai coming, right? Every day is a day closer to the elect, right? Getting their crowns, right? So that the righteous are in authority, so the people, can rejoice, man. Everybody's mourning. Everybody's trying to find a way out. Everybody's trying to find a way to soothe their aches, man. Like, day-to-day life, people always, finding a way to, make their captivity smoother, man. But they, you should be really focusing on what's happening and what is to come, right? The scriptures talk about, for those that want Yahweh to come back early, like, what is it to you, right? What is the end for you gonna be? All right, if you're not walking in the correct ways, right? What is it to you, man? But death and destruction. This is Matthew chapter 24, and I'm gonna start at verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, what shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Right? They were curious because even they wanted the end of the world, man. They wanted to, receive their crowns. Even then, right? They didn't know how much longer. They probably thought, real soon. Right? And these brothers here are probably here today. Right? Verse 4, and Yahweh answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. Right? Because there's going to be people that's going to, tell you the Mayan calendar or this, that. They're going to go outside the scriptures to explain the end of the earth, man, where they ain't got no business speaking on. Right? He said, Take heed that no man deceive you. Verse 5, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. A lot of people are going to say that I got the truth. Look here, look there, right? Follow this way. This is the right way of life. Right? We see that now. We got a lot of self-loving people, man. Especially when the people are using the unicorn, the internet, right? They got a lot of podcasters out there who are heavy influencers on the people, because people on YouTube more than they watch TV. So a lot of these people are compromised, man, and they're putting out information, and a lot of people are following this. They got the TikToks and all these other things, man. Right? Giving an avenue for people to teach and tell you a way of life that ain't right. Right? To deceive many. Right? Verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Right? Do we not? Right? Do we not see escalations of wars in the last, 10 years, more so now than ever? If you've been watching, a lot of laws in place for martial law and things of that nature, militarization of the police, and encampment camps for FEMAs. Verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye may be not troubled. Right? Because the prophets, right, and the elect, they waiting, man. They just can't wait, man. The scriptures talk about that for the elect's sake he shall shorten the days. Right? Because they want it to end. Because they know what the end is about. They know what comes with it. Right? And they have faith, a true faith. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Right? And we've been seeing that. Earthquakes in diverse places. Right? These weapons that manipulate temperatures and by lasers and things of that nature have been going on for over 10, 15 years. Right? I think Puerto Rico had an earthquake like once a week, if not more. Like, that's unusual. We've been in the beginning of sorrows for over 20 years. Verse 9. And then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, right? Did not Iran just drop, right? Allegedly, the FBI watching the Hebrew Israelites, right? They're getting ready to come down, right? They already pushing laws because of the immigrants, the homegrown terrorists, right? Project Megiddo. Look at all these things up. Rex 84, I think it is, or 82. Look those up, man. Those been in place for a long time now, and now it's coming to fruition, man. They're getting ready to put the stamp on it, right? But anyways, man, I pray this lesson was edifying. You know, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. Shalom to the hopeful elect, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. To you ribs, to you sisters out there, learning silence, staying in order. I say to you all, and shalom.